Welcome to What's Bothering Rashi, Parsha's Chukah, Tafshin Pei Vav. In Perek Chaf Aleph, Pasuk Aleph, right after Aaron HaKohen passes away, he's 123, it says, Vayir'u kol ha'eda ki gava Aaron, vayivku et Aaron 30 yom. And right afterwards, a war breaks out. It says, Vayishma Knaani, the Knaani hears. Rashi says it's really Amalek. Vayishma Knaani melech Arad yoshev hanegev, ki ba Yisrael derech ha'atarim, vayilachem b'Yisrael. And the Knaani hears, ki ba Yisrael, that the Jewish people are coming, derech ha'atarim, close to where they were, vayilachem b'Yisrael, and he goes out and fights the Jewish people. So Rashi says, Vayishma Knaani, shama shemet Aaron. He heard that Aaron HaKohen passed away. V'nistalku ananei hakavod, and the clouds of glory that were protecting the Jewish people weren't there anymore. And you realize it's a good opportunity to come and fight. So what's bothering Rashi? Furthermore, here you could ask, Rashi says what he heard. He heard that Aaron passed away, but the Pasuk says what he heard, something else. Vayishma Knaani melech Arad, ki ba Yisrael. He heard that the Jewish people are coming. Why does Rashi change the simple meaning of the Pasuk? And he says he heard something else. What he heard was that Aaron passed away, and there are no clouds of glory, and that caused him to come and fight and attack Bnei Israel. So the truth is, the source of Rashi, and we always look up the source, is the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah, Gimel, Amud Aleph. And the Gemara brings down this medrash, Vayishma Knaani melech Arad, ma shmua shama. What did he hear? Shama shemet Aaron, v'nistalku ananei hakavod, what Rashi says by us. And Tosfot over there asks what we asked on Rashi. Tosfot says, v'nir'eh de'me'ahu dimasei kadarish de'im me'ahu. If Tosfot says the Gemara over there is not referring to our pasuk. Because if it is, it's difficult. Because our pasuk says, "Hamefaresh teshama ki ba Yisrael." Our pasuk says what he heard. Why do we change to say he heard something else? So Tosfos says the Gemara is based on the Gemara in Parshat Masei. In Parshat Masei, when we talk about all the journeys of Bnei Israel, there's a pasuk over there also very similar to ours. It says over there, "Vayishma Knaani melech Arad bevo Yisrael." Doesn't say they're ki ba Yisrael, bevo Yisrael, and the Knaani heard when the Jewish people were coming, and it doesn't say what he heard. So over there says, the Gemara says on that pasuk over there, what did he hear? It doesn't say there what he heard. Over there he heard that Aaron passed away. And it seems that Tosfot learns that there are two different wars that broke out. One war in this week's Parsha, which is with Amalek, and over here, Vayishma Knaani, Amalek heard that the Jewish people came. And in Parashat Masei, there's another war between the Knaanim and Bnei Israel. And over there, the Medrash says that they heard that Aaron passed away, and therefore they came to fight. That is what Tosfot explains. And he says that Rashi is a bit difficult. V'Rashi lo dak. Rashi wasn't medayek because he explained it on the wrong pasuk. It seems because of what's bothering us. Rashi doesn't have to say it here. Here it says what they heard. They heard that the Jewish people are coming. The Maharal on Rashi explains that he is going on our pasuk because something was bothering him. And the Maharal says that what was bothering Rashi is the word Vayishma. Vayishma Knaani. The Maharal says it doesn't make sense that he heard that the Jewish people, it's referring to the fact that Jewish people were coming. The Maharal says that in the Chumash, when it says the word Vayishma, it doesn't mean you just heard a fact or something very simple. He heard something. No. It refers to hearing something more significant, more important, like we have Vayitro, Vayishma Yitro. And Rashi says over there, Mashmua Shama Veba. What did he hear that caused him to come, that caused him to do something, not just hearing something? What he heard over there was Milchemet Amalek u'kriyat Yam Suf. So there the Maharal says, Rashi here also, he looked at our pasuk, and it says, Vayishma ki ba Yisrael. He heard, it doesn't make sense that that's the only thing he heard, because hearing something has to be something that causes you to do something significant. So says Rashi, no, what he heard was something else. He heard that Aaron passed away, and that there are no more clouds of glory. And the Maharal continues and explains the pasuk, Vayishma Knani ki ba Yisrael. Ki ba Yisrael means that only Israel came, without the clouds of glory. So the pasuk itself is hinting to the Medrash, the Gemara that Rashi brings, that he heard, not only he heard that the Jewish people are coming, he heard the Jewish people are coming alone, because he heard that Aaron passed away, and the clouds of glory aren't here, and that caused him to come and fight. That's how the Maharal explains Rashi. Another Mefarish Rashi, the Nachlas Yaakov, says that Rashi, like Tosfot, saw that it's mentioned another time in Parshas Masei, and not like Tosfot. Rashi learns it's the same war. It's not two different wars. The same war, once it's recorded in our Parsha, Vayishma Knani ki ba Yisrael, and once it's recorded in Parshat Masei, Vayishma Knani bevo Yisrael. And Rashi learns that the way the pasuk describes it later on reveals to what the pasuk here means. Over there it says, Vayishma Yisrael bevo Yisrael, Vayishma Knani bevo Yisrael. The Knani heard when the Jewish people came, and therefore Rashi says in our pasuk also, when it says Vayishma Knani ki ba Yisrael, we know the word ki in Hebrew, in Chumash, has 4 different possible interpretations. It's the same Gemara in Daf Gimel and Rosh Hashanah later on. Rosh Lakish says, Ki meshamesh bedaled lishonot. If Dilma, perhaps Ella, rather Deha, because. So here, although simply it seems Vayishma Knani, he heard Ki ba Yisrael, that Bnei Israel came, but since the pasuk later on says it slightly differently, Vayishma Knani bevo Yisrael, which means when Bnei Israel came, that means that our pasuk, says Rashi also, when it says Ki, it means when, which means the pasuk is not telling us what they heard, it's telling us when they heard what they heard, but it doesn't say what it was they heard. So therefore Rashi says, Vayishma Knani Melech Arad Yoshev HaNegev Ki ba Yisrael. He heard when the Jewish people came, and he came to fight. But what did he hear? It doesn't say it. Therefore, says Rashi by us, he heard here that Aaron passed away. And it's the same war later on in Parshas Masei, and over there Rashi also says that over there, it teaches you, over there it's written also right after Aaron passes away. And both cases, it's the same war, and the same hearing the Knani heard. What did they hear? That Aaron passed away, and now is a good time to come and fight because there are no clouds of glory protecting Am Yisrael. So according to the Maharal, the pasuk itself is what was bothering Rashi and caused him to say what he said, the word Vayishma. And according to the Nachalat Yaakov, Rashi looked at the pasuk later on in Parshas Masei, understood what our pasuk means, and therefore he had to explain. Since Ki ba Yisrael means not what they heard, but when they heard, he had to explain. They heard something else. They heard that Aaron passed away, and now is the time to come and fight. I'll just end with something that's not what Rashi says. Rashi says that what caused Knani, or the Amalek, to come and fight was the fact that Aaron died and there were no more clouds of glory. But you could say simple, that what caused them to come and fight is they heard that Aaron died. What does that mean? We know that when Aaron was alive, he was someone who came and made peace between people. And when he was alive, there were no arguments amongst the Jewish people. The minute an argument started, it was stopped by Aaron HaKohen. He had the cleverness, he was very smart, and he knew how to speak to everyone. And everyone was living b'shalom with each other. And perhaps when he passed away, what Amalek understood was that now that Aaron passed away, there's no one to stop the arguments, and now the Jewish people will start having arguments between themselves, and therefore, when there's no peace between them, it's a good time to come and fight them. Because what keeps us strong is the peace, is shalom. And Amalek understood that, and we also have to understand that. Have a wonderful Shabbos.